Hello my lovely students. Welcome to our English classes for class 10. And today's chapter is 100 Dresses part 2, written by Wasser Easter. And this is your lecture number 1. So students, let us start the chapter with a wonderful quotation. The beautiful thing about learning is that no one can take it away from you. That should be the motto of learning. So let us start the chapter. Before starting the chapter, let us know about the theme of the story. The story focuses on racial differences in the world. Races differ vastly in looks, complexion, and their typical name. The whites, the yellows, and the blacks, broadly speaking, are the dominant races, and they are at war with one another. A cold war permanently and a hot war at times. So if you will see the image, students, you can see an image of class. That means while the boys and the girls were going round the room, looking at the drawings, the principal's monitor brought a note for Miss Mason. She read it several times. Then she drew the attention of the students. She wanted to read the letter to them. The letter was from Wanda's father. The entire class was tense. The letter contained a matter of importance. It said that Wanda would not come to school anymore, where she was being teased for her funny name. So the family had decided to leave the town. In part 1 of 100 Dresses, we have seen how the friends of Wanda, that means classmates of Wanda, used to make fun of Wanda because she was not an American girl, she was a Polish girl. They used to make fun of her dress, of her style, of her unique name. So in the same way, in this chapter, we have seen how the father has sent a letter announcing to everyone that Wanda will not study anymore because she was teased by her classmate. It was a charge against room 13. Miss Mason pointed out that it was unbecoming on the part of the students to hurt anyone's feelings. So, though they must have hurt Wanda's feeling in thoughtlessness, that means Miss Mason was saying addressing to the students that they have done a wrong thing. As a teacher, it was her responsibility to make the students realize that the things which they have done with Wanda was not good. Maddie was badly upset. She could not put her mind on her work. Truly speaking, she had never meant to laugh at Wanda's expense, even though she herself never spoke a word to tease her. She had been a party to the funny questions put by Peggy. She called herself a coward. She wanted as much to make peace with Wanda and feel sorry for her conduct. So in this slide, you will see that how Maddie was upset. Actually, Maddie never wanted to hurt Wanda's feeling. But because of her friend, because of her close friend Peggy, she was also involved in the matter. When school broke up in the afternoon, Peggy suggested that they should go and find out if Wanda had left the town yet or not. The two girls hurried out of the building. Peggy too was feeling guilty, and she said in self-defense that she never called Wanda a foreigner, nor even made fun of her name. The two girls hoped to find Wanda. They knocked on the front door as well as back door, but they got no answer. There was no sign of life about the house. They slowly and sadly made their way back home. So in this slide, students, you can see how Maddie and Peggy were rushing towards Wanda's house so that they can convince Wanda. But they were unsuccessful. When they reached Wanda's house, they found that no one was there. What could they do now? Peggy remarked that her question about dresses must have given Wanda new idea for her drawings. But Maddie could not sleep that night. She sat up in bed and made an important decision. She resolved never to make anybody unhappy again. She would not mind losing Peggy's friendship and if she laughed at anybody. So this time, Maddie has taken a resolution. She has decided that she will make a bold decision that if Peggy, her close friend, will make anyone else fun, she will not stay with her any long. On Saturday, the two girls decided to write a letter to Wanda. It was a friendly letter telling her about the contest and her victory. The envelope was sent to Boggins Height address. Weeks went by, but they got no reply from Wanda. So students, in this image, you can see that they decided to write a letter to Wanda. They have sent the letter to her address, but they didn't got any response from that. It was Christmas time. On the last day of the school before the holidays began, the teacher read out Wanda's letter. It said that the girls could keep all the 100 dresses because in her new house she had got a new set of 100 dresses in her closet. She wished Peggy to have the green dress and Maddie to have the blue one. They walked back to their homes carrying the gifts. Peggy said that perhaps Wanda liked them both. Now students, you can see how Wanda has replied wonderfully. She have responded to the letter and she has said that she have gifted to Peggy and Maggie, those who were involved in making her fun. She has gifted them the dress, design. And she said she have more dresses in her new home. So see how generous was Wanda. Maddie went home, looked at the drawing, tears welled up in her eyes. Then she noticed the face and head of the drawing. It looked exactly like hers. She went to Peggy's house and pointed out that the face in the drawing resembled Peggy. So students, you can see this shows her forgiving and generous nature. How wonderful artist was Wanda. And she has replied Peggy and Maddie by making them realize that what they have done that was not good by her art. This shows that we should consist the habit of forgiving and generosity. This should be the quality of a human being. Then only we can succeed in our life. So you can see this chapter. This chapter is a wonderful example of a good quality development in a human being. So students, you have to think the moral of the chapter. This is your homework. Just think and note it down. So I think so the content is clear to you. Now let me ask you some questions. Question 1. Who wrote the letter received by Miss Mason? Option A, Wanda. Option B, Wanda's mother. Option C, Wanda's father. And option D, Wanda's brother. Your correct answer is Wanda's mother. Question 2. What did the letter convey? Option A, Wanda was not well. Option B, Wanda won't be attending school. Option C, they have moved to the big city. And option D, both 2 and 3. Your correct answer is option D, both 2 and 3. Question 3. How would you describe Miss Mason's feelings towards the class? Option A, angry. Option B, upset. Option C, happy. And option D, cheerful. Your correct answer is option A, angry. Question 4. What did Maddie think of herself after the letter was read out loud? Option A, grateful. Option B, lucky. Option C, hero. Option D, cowardly. Your correct answer is option D, cowardly. Learn, practice and improve. As we know, practice makes a man perfect. So we have to practice a lot for our development. Let us highlight the chapter once again for your better understanding. One day when the teacher was taking the class, she received a letter from the principal's office. The letter was sent by Wanda's father, informing that Wanda would not come to school because of her insult. This news made Peggy and Maddie very sad. They decided to go to Wanda to say sorry for their behavior, but they could not find Wanda at her house. Now Peggy decided not to remain silent at others' insult. She would oppose even to her friend. They wrote a letter to Wanda about the contest. They did not get a reply since a long time. On a Christmas day, Wanda sent a letter. She wished a happy Christmas to all and told to have her all dresses. Blue dress was for Maddie and green was for Peggy. When they saw the drawing, they got very much pleased. Now they came to know that Wanda liked them heartily. Read the text and answer the following question in about 30 to 40 words. Question 1. What did Wanda's letter say? Question 2. How did the girls know that Wanda liked them even though they had teased her? Question 3. What did the girls write to Wanda? Question 4. What did Wanda write a letter to the school teacher? Question 5. What did the girls know at last? So students, I hope you will give the answers correctly. Thank you. See you soon in our next lecture.